Hey guys, look at these beautiful lowlights, highlights, whatever you want to call them. But if you are interested in seeing how I got this color on her naturally dark hair, then keep watching. Alright, if this is your first time on my channel, I definitely want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. If you enjoy this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as turn on your notifications. And I'm going to get right into explaining this. So, what we're doing is partial highlights or lowlights, whatever you want to call it, but we're doing partial. So I'm not going to mess with the back of her hair. I'm only going to do the top because the top is going to overlap over the bottom and you're not going to see much of the bottom anyway. So there's no use in putting any type of chemical on the back of her hair. We really just want the front to be nice and vibrant and, you know, this fall color. So that's what I'm doing there. My client, she has not had any color on her hair, so her hair is considered virgin hair. Okay, when there's no relaxer, no color, that means that you are able to lift their hair to a color without having to bleach it. Typically, you're going to have to bleach the hair if you have color on the hair already that is darker than the color you want to be. So if her hair was dyed black, I could not color her hair without bleaching it because she already have a dark color on there. I have to lift that dark color up before I can put another color on there. But let's say you have a blonde on there, then you can put any color on top of it because it's going to take it. So what I'm doing, I am sectioning her hair off into small sections because we're going to use a technique that is called weaving. So I know you've all have seen when you see people have streaks in their hair and they're these big chunks, you know, and that was old school and that's cool too, but we're going to do something a little bit different where the hair is going to be finer pieces. So I'm using a weaving technique, and that's what I'm doing right there with the comb. I'm taking the end of that rat tail comb and I'm just doing a zigzag motion in between that part. And then this is where you're going to use your foil. Now, why do you need foil? You need foil so that you don't get the color on the other pieces of hair that we are leaving out in between each piece of hair. So, as you can see, it's a very small section of weaving because you want to make sure all the hair gets saturated. If you are coloring your hair and all the hair is not getting saturated, you're going to have splotchy patches in there, and we don't want that. You want it to be nice, smooth. All the hair strands have been coated, so you have to do a small enough section in order to get the results. And yes, it can be very tedious. However, the final results is everything. So that's what I'm doing here. And you want to make sure you get it saturated. It's okay if you use a lot of product. It's fine because ultimately we want to make sure the hair is colored and is vibrant. So that's what I'm doing there. And I'm just going to flip that up. And here's the thing. You want to take it to the top of the foil, not to her scalp. Otherwise, you're going to have bleeders, and we don't want bleeders. Bleeders are when the hair color comes on top of that foil and then you end up having an absolute mess, and you don't want that. So I'm going to speed this up, but I'm still doing the same thing. Look at that section. It's very, very small. It's very, very thin. And you guys, if you want to see another video like this, you know, a little more in details, I can make it slower and make one that's not so sped up, but because it's pretty tedious, I did speed this up. But I'm doing the same thing, and the hair color is what's actually allowing that hair to stick to that foil. Okay, and same thing, you see, I only do it to the top of that foil. I'm not putting any hair on the scalp. Any hair color on her scalp, because it's very important that you don't do that. As you can see here, I'm still doing that weaving technique. I'm going to split that, and then the hair at the bottom is going to stay out, and we're only coloring the hair at the top. If you look, I don't start at the top of that foil when I'm adding that color. I'm starting kind of a little above midway and then bringing that color up, and that's how you want to do that so you don't have those bleeders. And I am telling you guys, in hair school, I had bleeders. You do not want that. It's ugly. It leaves lines and bands in the client's hair. It'll leave it in your hair if you're doing your own. So definitely gradually move that color upward. And it's okay if you don't have color all the way at the top, because these are, lowlights or highlights. And so what's going to happen is it's just going to look like it's growing out of their scalp. And that's fine, because you want that natural look when you are doing this look. You want it to look natural. So that's the reason we're using the weaving technique, and that's also the reason why we're not going so far up when we are putting that color on. And also, you want to make sure your sections are small. If you have a thicker section, it's okay. Just make sure you split that section into another section, just like I did there. I saw it was too big, split it. Make sure you do it right. Also, it's really, really important. If you notice, I did not start on freshly washed hair because I did not want to aggravate the customer's or my client's scalp. So it's better to just start color on the hair as is, unless there's just so much product in the hair and the hair is dirty and you're seeing dry scalp everywhere, then yeah, wash it. But like in my case, my client, I keep calling him customer, my client is actually coming from a flat iron that I had did for her about 3 weeks ago. So I was able to just go through and just color her hair very easy. I didn't have to fight with no curly hair at the time or anything like that. So and her scalp, which is the main thing, would not be irritated before putting color on, because you guys, that color has to process. So you're going to leave this on for about, anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. So you definitely don't want anything that's going to irritate their hair or their scalp or anything like that. So it's best just to do it this way first, and then once you're done, just going ahead and give them a really good wash and a really good condition, deep conditioner on their hair, so everything can be flowing and just looking really good. And so I'm just going to continue this all the way up until my sides are all done with my foils. And again, you guys can see there exactly how I fold up those foils. It's really easy. Just fold it up, fold the sides, and that's it. It does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be beautiful. Just get it done, and make sure the color is not getting on the other hair strands. And I do wipe my hands off after each time I do it. I have my towel sitting next to me, and I'm literally wiping my gloves off and moving on to the next section. I know I didn't show that in the video, but I did want to let you guys know to definitely have your towel next to you, because you do not want to get color on the other sections. And as you can see, I am finished here. That is it. Stay tuned to my next video when I show you how to do the silk press on her colored hair. As you can see, it is gorgeous. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and have a blessed day, guys. Bye.